So we'll let the shoulders be nice and heavy. Like I said, let's make some nice big shoulder rolls just to begin with. Really trying to get the shoulders to touch the tips of the ears. And then roll back the other direction. And we'll let the chin drop to the chest. Sliding the fingers and interlacing behind the head. Go ahead and draw the elbows towards one another. And then as you inhale, peel the elbows away and let the head drop back. And exhale, chin to chest, elbows heavy. Nice and slowly inhale. Peel away and let the head drop back. So keep matching this breath and movement. Notice if there's tension in the jaw or the tongue. And then we'll let the right hand come down and reach out through the left side waist. Nice dramatic shoulder roll to get that shoulder out of the ear as you pour off to the side. Go ahead, press off of the floor and switch sides. Press off of the floor, take a nice big inhale, and we're gonna repeat interlacing the fingers behind the head. Inhale, drop the head back, exhale, chin to chest. Just 3 or 4 of these, softly opening up the throat, really trying to make some passageway for the breath this morning. And chin to chest, repeating, right hand down, reach up, pour off. See if you can get a little bit heavier on that right side body, lift up a little bit more on the left side body. Pushing off from the floor, switch sides. Back to center, big inhale. This time we're going to take the hands and place them behind you, fingertips face towards the floor as you squeeze the shoulder blades together and let the head drop back. So as you press down into the floor, continue to squeeze those shoulder blades and lift the sternum up. Again, nice big open channel along the front side of the body. And from here, we're going to crawl forward, chin to chest, walk the upper body forward into a forward fold. A little bit of pressure on the floor with the hands as you press up between the shoulder blades. Let the head be really heavy. Again, opening up this back channel between the shoulder blades. Breathing into the back side of the body. Crawl your fingertips off to the right. Place the right hand down and you're going to peel the left arm up for a twist. So soften the shoulder. You don't want to wrench on that shoulder. You can even bend the elbow. We're going to inhale, twist, and then exhale, feed the top arm underneath the gate of the right arm. And we're inhale, twist open, exhale, feet underneath. One more. So just felt 5 of these twists. And then take that left hand, place it down. We'll crawl back to center. Head hangs. Second side, walk the fingertips over. Press down into the left hand as you peel the right arm up. And on your exhale, feet underneath the gate. The left arm, inhale, peel open. Last one here. Go ahead, place the right hand down, walk back to center. And then we'll walk the hands behind us, unlace the legs. Take the legs a little bit wider than the hips, and we'll just do a little windshield wiper here. And find the second cross in the legs, so whichever one feels a little less comfortable, and I can always tell because one knee really pops up. And we're going to crawl the fingertips around to your right and start to open up the neck again, that lymphatic system we were playing with last week. Press down into the floor, look back towards the left, and let the head drop back, so you'll get that nice stretch along the neck. And then you're going to drop the chin to the chest, look behind you, and repeat. Look forward, drop the head back. So we're getting a little bit of motion through the neck. Couple of rolls here. And then just let the upper body twist to your second side, and we'll repeat. Looking forward, drop the head back. This is my more tight side, chin to chest, look behind you. This little rolling action to open up the neck. Last rotation through the neck. And then back to center, chin to the chest. Now inhale, sweep the arms up and bring the arms out to a cactus shape. And we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, let the head drop back. Big inhale, exhale. Bring the palms and forearms together and curl in. So a mini cat-cow as you inhale, squeeze, and exhale, lift the navel, press. A little bit of squeezing in the armpits as well as you come forward. Again, getting into the lymphatic system. Some flushing. Keep going. About 5 more, about 10 total. Lots of energy in the fingertips. So I'm hugging the muscles to the bone. Last one. You can bring the arms down. We're just going to take the legs out and wiggle and knock. And you can keep the legs out if you wanted, or fold them in more comfortably. And just for a moment, we're just going to brush the body so that the low half of the body is starting to connect a little bit more to the ground. Kind of brushing, great ability to contact, find and build our proprioception where our body is in space. And also, I forgot about that back of my ankle or top of the foot, or just finding a little bit more connection. So we're brushing the low half of the body down. Okay. And then we're going to brush the top half of the body up. So we're going to inhale, maybe the back of the head, up the arms. You're getting space. This brushing action is used in lots of different modalities, but today, energetically, we're just getting some contact, getting some space, and brushing up and out for the top half of the body, sort of as an idea of connecting, finding space in the body. I mean, that is not just physical space, but also connecting with the element of air and space. Okay. And then just let the arms come down. We'll let the brushing settle in. You can place the hands tops of the knees as we drop back into the breath and close the eyes. Maybe just even notice the quality of breath. It was different from just a few minutes ago as we were beginning practice. Feeling some expansion in the ribs. And so before we move on to more of the physical practice, we're just going to do a little breath visualization. So we're not at the moment concerned about the length of the breath or the depth of the breath, just the breath itself. The physical act of breathing. And from here, just start to visualize the breath before it even enters the body. So at the bottom of your exhale, trying to visualize that breath right in front of you, and then the physical act of breathing into the body and allowing the breath to fill, and exhaling, watching your breath go back out. Just start with that physical act of noticing the breath before it transfers into the body. And the physical act of breathing out your breath back out. And then we're going to just take note of the other beings in your room, whether it's plants or animals. And being aware that as we breathe in and out, that those entities are also breathing the same air. We'll come back to this theme again and again. You can start to think of your whole house or your personal space and acknowledging the respiration not only of yourself, but of any plants and animals. For instance, we have 7 snakes, 2 dogs, and really quite a few plants. I don't even know how many plants. So I'm starting to just visualize all of those beings in my house. And so they're also on this breath journey with us. Holding that concept of the one breath that we're all sharing, the same atmosphere. Go ahead and shift and lie down on your back. And move your props out of the way. And as you're transitioning down onto the back, still staying with that concept of the one breath. Allowing the spine to drop down. And we're just going to get into the hips by crossing the right ankle over the left knee for figure four. A little bit of pressure on the inner right thigh and left hip. Notice if the whole back comes up, press down. Maybe even grow the spine a little bit, get a little bit longer. And if you wanted to, you could hug the left knee in, as long as the shoulders and everything are on the floor. So here, pausing again, feel free to roll through the ankles. But using the concept of that one breath, really filling up and allowing the breath to soften the muscles. We'll pause here, another 3 rounds of breath. And if you haven't hugged the left knee in yet, go ahead and do so. If you need a strap, you could take a strap, and we're going to extend through that left leg, pressing the sole of the foot up towards the sky. Feel free to point and flex the foot or make some circles. And then we'll drop the left foot down. Take the arms out to a cactus shape and roll off to your left side, creating a twist. You can take the left hand to the inner right thigh if you wanted to. Tuck the tailbone back and forth. And allow the right side waist to soften a little bit more. Go ahead and roll back to center, unlace the legs, pause for a moment, both feet on the ground, maybe tuck the tailbone back and forth. Grow the spine by crawling up if you need to. Beginning on your left side, left ankle over the right knee. Pressing away. And when you feel ready, maybe hugging everything in. Anytime you need to move through the toes of the head, go right ahead. Press the right leg up towards the ceiling. Elbow on the inner left thigh. Letting it stretch all the way along the back side of the leg. right foot can come down. Again, arms out of cactus or T shape as you roll off onto the right hip. Maybe the left arm over the head if you want a little bit more space. The shoulders on the floor. Soft twist in the low half of the body. Roll back to center. Unlace. Plant both feet. And then we'll draw the legs up to their tabletop position. Reaching the arms up, little cross crawl here. Go ahead, tap opposite hand and leg. Again, matching the breath and the movement, so you're inhaling, touch and tap, exhale left. Once more each side, and we'll plant the feet again. Draw the hands down to either side of the side waist and inhale, lift the hips, raise the arms above the head and exhale, come down. Inhale, lift, exhale down. Feeling the breath fill up the back side of the body as well. So that inhale is buoying the chest forward and up. 2 more. Last one. Slide the heels in, give the knees a nice big hug. Big inhale, exhale, curl the nose up to the knees and inhale, roll down. Five more. After this last one, we're going to roll to all fours. And plant the feet or roll along the spine until you press yourself up to your all fours. And turn the fingertips away so that you have the hand at a 45-degree angle. And we'll take the knees a little bit wider. Curl the toes under and press the hips back. Get a nice stretch at the low back. Stretching out the soles of the feet. We'll come back forward and step the right foot back. Roll the inner thighs towards one another. Slide the left fingertips out and are going to press up, lifting the right leg. And then lift the left arm. From here, elbow crunches across the body. So another cross crawl, elbow to knee, and then extend. Exhale, elbow to knee, and extend. One more. And then go ahead and plant the left hand down, draw the right knee back down, press back into that modified child's pose. And inhale to center. We'll keep the right toes under, step the left foot back, slide the right hand out, tenting the fingertips, raise the left leg, and then extend out through the right arm. Once you have your stability here, then come across, tap, and extend. Last one. Right hand underneath, left knee underneath. This time we'll flip the feet over and press the hips back. And with the hips back, reach the right arm out to the side and we'll slide the right hand palm facing up underneath the gate of the left arm. So you may want to come forward slightly. Start getting onto the shoulder. Unwind yourself. Second side, slide that left arm underneath. Just a little twist in the upper body. Back to center. And then we'll plant the forearms, come forward, and create our Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath the forearms, press down and lift up. Lift the chest and then roll the chin down. Inhale, peel and roll up. Tuck the chin, roll down. And inhale, roll up. Low half the body, stable and relaxed. And we're just trying to move mostly through the neck. Just another of these rolls. And then we'll make a pillow for the forehead and drop the head down. And wiggle the tailbone. Feeling the weight of the body drop down. Bring the elbows back underneath, back to our Sphinx pose. Press down into the floor as if you're trying to pull the chest through the gate of the arms. Now we're going to actively point that right toe and draw the heel to the hip. If you're like me and didn't have enough water this morning, you get an immediate Charlie horse. You're trying to squeeze the heel towards the hip. Really actively pointing the toe. And then drop the right foot down, wiggle the tailbone. Point the left foot, same thing, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. This is what I get for just having coffee this morning. Little Charlie horses. And then come back down. Again, make a pillow for the forehead. And then we're going to do both legs at once. So rather than just having the legs as wide as you want, we're going to bring the inner thighs towards one another. Zip up the legs. The pubic bone is going to float. And then bring the forearms back down. Press down and squeeze both heels towards the hips. And after we've done both feet, we'll press back again to a wide-kneed, comfortable child's pose. Walk the fingertips off to one side. And the second side. So hopefully feeling that compression and now expansion in the body. Back to center. We'll slide the hands towards the knees as you press yourself up, and go ahead and turn around and lie back down on the back. Maybe take the hands to the hip crease and walk the hips back and forth. We're going to hug both knees into the chest again and do our cobbler's pose, starting with the soles of the feet together and the knees are apart, holding on to the outside edge. We're pressing. I'm pressing my tailbone down and opening up across the collarbones. It's another good place for a strap if this feels a little bit too far. We're holding on to the pants legs. So we're going to release the feet and then bring them up so that we have this diamond shape. And draw the hands behind you. We're going to interlace the fingers again behind the head. Big inhale. As you come up, squeeze in, inhale down. Exhale, come up. Keep going. Keep pressing the feet into one another. Last one. And then let the knees come to touch as you plant the feet back down. Heel toe the feet as wide as the mat and let the knees come together in the middle of the mat. And then we'll slide the legs out. Take a nice full body stretch. Point the toes, hug everything in, and exhale, squeeze everything together. Inhale, full body stretch, exhale, squeeze. Two more. Last one. And the soles of the feet together, knees apart, Baddha Konasana on the back, Supta Baddha Konasana. So we're lying on the floor, palms face up. Just let the legs be nice and comfortable. If this is not safe and comfortable, then the feet can be on the floor. Just allow the hips to begin to open here. Back of the head nice and heavy. Slide the legs back out. And then we'll just draw the right knee into the chest. Take the hold of the right knee with the right hand as you draw big circles in one direction. And switch directions. Pause, interlace the fingers behind the thigh and press the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. Trying to rock the right hip down. And then we'll assist that right leg across the body, twist. You could be all the way on your left or peel the chest open, totally up to you, or a hand at the low back. The knee can be bent if you need it to be. And then we'll roll back to center. Pause for a moment on your back. And then second side, left knee hugs in. Left hand to left knee, big circles. Switch directions. Interlace the fingers behind the thigh as you press the sole of the foot up. And if you need to bend the knee, as we take the leg across the body, twist. Roll back to center. Extend both legs. We'll pause in our Shavasana for a moment, our equal body. Heels towards the hips. We're going to move back to our child's pose. Just let the heart start to melt down. Arms as wide as you'd like. Inhale, come forward, curl the toes under, and we're going to press to our downward facing dog. Just a little bit of an inversion here. If you prefer no downward facing dog, you could be on the forearms and let the head just drop down and puppy downward facing dog. And you may want to press yourself back down. In a moment, we're going to stay here for 10 breaths to get our inversion. Feel free to pedal and move, whatever you need to do. It's really about the head below the heart. Just make sure for stability that you're drawing the upper arm bones towards the ears. Three more breaths. Drop back down onto the knees. Walk or crawl yourself forward and onto the belly. Make a little pillow for the forehead again. And this time we're going to open the arms nice and wide for our arm pigeon, getting that last twist. So keep the right arm out where it is, slide the left hand in, roll to the right, stepping the left foot over the right leg, twist. Back to center. Just switch sides, left arm out, Slide the right hand in, twist. Back to center. Again, your choice, you might want to stay on your belly or just turn over onto your back, but create a comfortable position for yourself for the next about 5 to 10 minutes. If you prefer being seated, that's fine too. With all of the sound distractions, go ahead and maybe even take the hand to the heart and the belly, connecting back to your breath. And then just for a moment, we're going to do a little body light scan, starting with the soles of the feet, imagining that there's nice warm light right at the soles of the feet. And then on your next inhale, begin to draw that warm light from the soles of the feet to the knees. And as you exhale, back down, knees to the soles of the feet. Soles of the feet to the knees on your inhale. Knees to the soles of the feet, warm, light. And then soles of the feet all the way up the legs to the navel point and then back down. Warming, light, soles of the feet. Inhale, drawing it up to the navel. And exhale, back down. And then we'll start to move from the soles of the feet all the way up, right to the throat. Whole torso, legs, and exhale. Warm, light. Inhale, drawing it up. And exhale, back down. And then allow that light to fill as you inhale, going up the fingertips, whole torso, legs, arms to the shoulders, and exhale down. Whole body up to the throat, including the arms, fingers, and down. Whole body to the crown of the head. Back side of the body, face, front side of the body, exhale. Inhale, fill the whole body with warm light. And exhale. And then start to see that warm light inhale, filling your body, and as you exhale, breathing it back out into the universe. Inhale, filling. And exhale back out into the universe. If you can imagine that warm light even between the fingers, behind the ears, underneath the toes, armpits, sideways. Now as you begin to exhale, start to visualize where you're giving your light off to. Maybe it's close by, like I was saying earlier, to my dogs or the other creatures in my house. Plants, the garden. Or maybe starting to breathe your light to someone outside of the house, even to an idea. Just allow yourself to take this time, filling yourself up with light and breathing it back into the atmosphere, intentionalizing where that's going to. When the mind starts to wander and plan, come back to the sensation of inhale, the body glowing, warm light, exhaling, breathing out, warm light. And slowly start to draw all of that light back to the body. Back through the crown of the head, the arms, the legs, the feet. And you can maybe take a full body stretch. Go and flex the feet. Draw the heels to the hips and roll off to one side. Just allow yourself to rest on your side for another couple of breaths. And become more aware of the ground beneath you, the walls around you. And then when you're ready, if you'd like to, you can press yourself up to a seat or feel free to stay reclined for as long as you'd like. And if you're coming up to a seat, once you're up, make some nice rolls through the neck. Switch directions. And we'll come off to one side, nice big stretch. Press off, switch sides. Take a nice gentle twist. Switch directions. And then we'll inhale, reach the arms nice and wide, let the head drop back, and exhale, give yourself a nice big hug, chin to chest. Inhale, open wide, and exhale, opposite arm on top, chin to chest. Sliding the hands together at heart center. Pressing the thumbs to the sternum. Thanking yourself for taking the time out of your day. And I thank you for joining. As we all take an inhale together, that one breath inhale. And an exhale out through the mouth. We'll end with the chant of one Om. Inhale. Be well and safe. Be kind and know that you are loved. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.